we'll move on to Arsenal and why they're in the predicament they're in, and what do we feel is the issue at Arsenal? Do you know what I mean? So
I'll go first.
We started off with coffee first. We're going to start off with Antoine. What's the issue at Arsenal?
Issue at Arsenal is first the board. These people they're not into football. They're into making money. They don't give a damn about the team. All they want is that money coming in. They know that Arsenal fans know when they were there. Was it again their season tickets? Season tickets was it 2,000 something?
Yeah, 2,000.
You know what I mean? A year.
Yeah.
And I heard this the other day, saying about if you're on the waiting list for the season ticket, 40 quid a month.
40 quid they're taking the boys.
40 quid a month if you're waiting on the list. If you're on the waiting list.
So for me to join not even to join the list, for me to keep my name on the list,
40 quid.
It's almost like
they are. Listen,
bro, they're evil. That's evil. Again, it starts from them. It starts from the board first. Board, players, personnel. They should be playing Ozil. I don't know why they're not playing him. Something about what he's saying on Twitter or whatever. And Arteta I don't think he's ready for management for that kind of level. Maybe should have gone back to Spain, play Alaves, manage them teams there first, the smaller teams first, and then make your way up. I think but Arsenal put him in. I think the board put him in as a fall guy. Say like, so we tried something. Look, getting the players in, but we know it's not going to work. But we just want Arsenal fans to keep.
So do you think Arsenal should stick with Arteta?
Who are they going to get, D?
Who
will take that job?
I've got an idea.
Who will take that job?
I've got an idea, but I'll wait till it's my turn. But I've got an idea.
I did make a couple of notes about Arsenal. The first thing I wrote is a joke setup. That's the first note I wrote is that is a joke setup. Yeah, because I'm going to touch upon what you said. You know, they're owned by Americans.
Yeah.
So for them, football to them is throwing and catching. That's their version of football, you know. So if they were running NFL, they probably has got an NFL. He has got an NFL.
Yeah, no, he has. He's got the van. He's got the van. Yeah, and a new stadium full of vans, put money in it.
But that's something he knows and grown up and understands. He's taken over a company, because he's a company, he's a business now, a company where he's looked at it for, you know what, this is a money-making operation, you know.
That's what it's about.
So you're right. The only thing he's worried about is profit. As long as they continue to make profit, he won't care if Arsenal are 12th, 17th, 18th, scrape the playoffs.
But I'll tell you what, let me interrupt you. I'll tell you what, if they go down, he'll cut out. But the money's not the same. But then to be fair, in the championship, it's not the same. But it's more like half that.
No, but you got to remember, Arsenal,
he's gone. I think it might be a good thing for them if they want to get him out.
They've got 20 people ready to buy that club. There's a Nigerian billionaire right now wants to buy the club.
Usmanov wanted to buy it before. Yeah,
so,
but he's at Everton now. They're Everton now.
Yeah, but he will find his cousin or someone to buy it. You know what I mean? So even if Arsenal went down, it'd probably be better for the buyer because you get it 100 million cheaper. Yeah, they'll come back up and then you'll do what he wants to do.
That's what I'm saying. So Kroenke's the money there. That's what they might need.
That's what they might need.
Okay, Kroenke's gone out the back door. No one knows.
So let's talk about now, though. In terms of Arteta,
you know what
do you reckon?
I mean, even before Arteta, it's going to take time. They've had a guy who ruled the roost for 20 years, Wenger. You know, he wasn't just a manager. His idea for a new stadium. Are you with me? So they've gone with him. He dealt with all transfers. He had final say on everything. So you had the guy who ran the whole show for 20 years. And all that, it's very true what they say in football. Sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Because even though Arsenal weren't winning the league with Wenger, one thing guaranteed was a top 4 finish.
That wasn't a guarantee. That's why he's finished for this last season.
Yeah, that's because man was harassing him. He's announced, when has Wenger announced halfway through the season that I'm leaving or I'm signing a new contract?
Listen, Arsenal could have got Klopp, flipping Guardiola, could have got pure people.
No, I agree with that. Well, no, they could have. But what I'm saying to you is, Arsenal, whenever they're dealing with Wenger, the business is always announced before the season kicks off. You tell you, I'm signing a new contract. You know, they don't go December, and then the manager comes out and says, "I'm leaving."
Yeah.
So for me, I'm working for Blaze. Blaze has told me he's leaving in December. I'm thinking, well, fucking, I'm not really going to take too hardly what Blaze says, because I know Blaze is gone in December. Oh yes, Blaze, I'll do this, I'll do that, but really, excuse my language, I don't give a F about Blaze, because Blaze is gone in 4 or 5 months' time.
Yeah.
So I can't really put all my heart working for Blaze. So that was a problem in itself.
So does that work with the players as well? Because
Players are not good enough.
Because you've got players that are in the last 6 months.
The players are not good
like
enough.
Mustafi and players like that. Should they be playing then? Should they be playing knowing that they're in the last 6 months of their contract and they're going to be leaving?
No, but players.
Does that work for players as well, or does that just work for managers?
Well, no, that works. That should work more for players, because if I know I've got 6 months left on my contract and I'm not signing a new contract, now I'm going to give my best, because I want my potential new employees to think, right, okay, let's get him, guy. This guy's amazing. You with me? So for me, for the player, when you're running down your contract, it's always in your interest to go and give your best, because then you call the shots.
You set yourself up
You
for
set
the next
yourself
team.
up, you call the
But
shots.
then, depending on who your agent is, though, you could, no matter how you play, there could always be a team for you, because you've got a resume. Do you know what I mean? So a good agent would always be able to sell you to a team, no matter how you're playing, because they can blame how you're playing on a certain
But that's what I'm trying to say. But sometimes you can sell yourself. I don't need my agent to come and sell me. I've got.
That's your agent's job.
I think there's 2 ways about that.
That's your agent's job.
We've hit January. I know I'm an Arsenal player. My contract's up in June. I'm not getting a new contract at Arsenal. I'm going to give 150% and more, and I'm going to put my best every week. So sometimes the work's taken away from the agent, because you can clearly see, right, my man
but
is,
if
he's on
your
the
contract-
back page every week. It's me.
But
So
if your contract runs out in June, your agent's sorting you out a deal from
of
January.
course. No, even.
Do you know what I mean? From way before that,
even before
or the
that.
year before
But
that.
even before that.
They're sorting you out before that. Them moves are getting planned.
No, of
So
course they
how you
are.
play in that 6 months, he's not going to have a...
No,
unless you
no.
absolutely
Oh no,
smash it. And you get loads of different clubs interested.
I totally agree with you that if your contract's right now, you already know that you've got Inter Milan lined up, you've got Coventry lined up, whatever. But at the same, even though I've got them lined up, I'm thinking, you know what? Even though they're lined up, I really want to go to Real Madrid. I really want to go to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn it on every week, even though I know Inter Milan are calling out.
So that depends on the player and the agent.
Of course it does, but sometimes not every
It
player's
depends
got
on
an
the
agent.
individual.
You know? Not every player's got an
Sometimes you
agent.
get them players who so I'm not doing that, and then wait till the time.
No, that's
paid.
it. Them
Go
players
to the team
there.
and they're like, why come you didn't do this for our team? You know what I'm saying?
Them players there. So, and that's another thing we can bring up another day on another topic, is about, for me, how money has ruined football.
Yeah, true.
Because before I came here, I was just having a conversation with my pal. We was talking about the Leicester team, where you've got Katney and Danny Drinkwater. You know, as an example, both of them, 2 solid midfielders, run the Premiership that season. Leicester won it. They've both ended up at Chelsea, and one's still going strong, and one's having driving issues and whatever.
That's individual characters.
And it also comes down to hunger or money, because they was both. One was on 12 grand a week. Kante was on 12 grand a week, and Drinkwater was on about 25 grand a week. They've both gone to bigger clubs. They've both earning 100 grand a week plus. Now, they're the same 2 players that have run the Premiership 9 months earlier.
Yeah, but that's down. That is down to character.
No, it is, but it also comes down to money, because now the will to work hard is no longer there no more. I'm getting
That's down to
100 grand
character,
a
because
week.
man like Messi and Ronaldo, they've got all they're the highest paid.
Don't forget those two. Those two on that's another planet. You know what I mean? That's another
They're on
planet.
Venus
because
right now,
you
and
see,
it's
yesterday he done something only Pele's ever done. My man scored 644 goals for one club. One club. I can name you 50 strikers for one club that haven't got all those goals put together. So that's another issue altogether.
Yeah.
But get back to Arsenal.
Get back to Arsenal. Okay, yeah. And we will discuss these other things as well, you know. So yeah, but my thoughts on Arsenal are simple. I think to obviously the problems are higher than Arteta, but I'm going to concentrate on what's going on today. Do you know what I mean? And I think as of yesterday, you can tell he's lost the dressing room. And that's for me is the biggest concern. From the time you lose the dressing room and then players ain't playing for you, I think he's better off playing the kids. Because the kids have got something to prove, and the kids will give him. Look at Balogun when he come on yesterday.
He's a good
Do you know
boy.
what I mean? He come on and he was direct. you can tell it was fresh, wanted to play.
That's what I was trying to say a bit earlier.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Hunger.
You need the hunger.
When you're hungry.
He needs to get the hungry players in. That's the only way he's going to turn it around. Because
just to touch up on what you said as well, is he's lost the dressing room. I'm not. When he's first turned up, there's big players at the club with a better CV than the manager.
Yeah,
so,
but he did get a tune out of him. He won the FA Cup and stuff.
No. About a cup game is, and 6 games, a bit of luck, you're done. You know, you've won the cup. I mean, it's fantastic. But
he done well.
The league and the cup is 2 different business. You know what I'm saying? For me, he's turning up at Arsenal. Straight away, you've got a World Cup winner, Ozil. You've got Champions League winner.
Yeah, Ozil was out before he came.
I mean, David Luiz. No, he played Ozil for 10 games. Ozil is even. I'm not even blaming Arteta for Ozil. It's political with Ozil. It's
political.
Yeah. It's not even Arteta. For me, I think Arteta's
Chinese money,
he's been
man.
forced to say you can't play this guy. My man's rolling with the Turkish president. The owner of the club is Jewish. He's you with me? So the Ozil situation for me is more political than Arteta would love to. How can you not play your best player and you're losing every week?
You know, best attacking midfielder.
But
main game is assists.
You can't create goals. You've got a guy there who you know will create you goals.
He's definitely worthy of being in the squad.
If you put him in a team and you say, you know what, you don't run back. Yeah, when we attack, all you got to do is find the gaps, find the players. Come on, we all watched Ozil.
Yeah. On his day.
All the listeners have watched Ozil.
He's one of the best in the world, man.
You know, of course.
He's one of the only midfielders
But in saying that, you've got to give Emil Smith Rowe a go. Give Balogun a go. He needs to go with the young. He needs to get in order for him to try and turn this around. If he stays in charge, me personally, what I would do, I think he's gone too far.
They won't sack him.
They have to back their man. They have to back their. Yeah, but I would personally go for Roberto Martinez. Get him out of Belgium.
He's going to have to leave.
It's easy, Belgium,
best,
but it's easier.
Best team in the world.
But it's easier to get an international manager than a thingy manager.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You can probably get him. Yeah, you can probably get him and try to steady the ship that way.
Arsenal need.
And then obviously the problems are higher than Arteta. Obviously we know that. But the way they're going now, they're going to get relegated. The way they're going now, they're going to get relegated.
I don't think they'll get relegated because there's worse teams than that. You know, Sheffield United.
But it's going to be close.
Fulham.
Well,
they could be the three.
No. Personally, it's going to be a struggle for them.
Could be
I can't see them getting relegated.
We're talking about relegation. Though. It's mad. It's mad.
Never too big to go down, you know.
For me, I'll just end on that. I just think that
even before we finish on this Arsenal subject, I know I'm going to talk to your viewers out here, you know, because you've got probably a lot of your viewers are probably Arsenal fans, I'm guessing, you know. So I want to speak to them about the football you're watching and growing up with, comparing the football that us three might even, I would say us three grew up watching. You know, I grew up, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I'm a football fan, you know, and they did play some of the best football in the league. You know,
that's what I don't like about Arsenal.
Even when they didn't win the league,
I don't like that. I don't like reminiscing. I don't like that.
I'm not reminiscing.
I'm just trying to.
It's not so much reminiscing because I'm not a fan, so I'm not reminiscing.
Now,
I'm just trying to say that
back in time,
this is what it used to be.
Yeah, but before that, it used to be worse.
No, not
it
so much.
It used to be back through Bruce Riot days and that. You know what I mean?
It was worse.
Before that, it was bad.
It was in terms
we only
of
had like a little 10-year period where it was decent.
But you know, I mean, Thierry Henry said it the best. Patrick Evra said it the best. He was round Henry's house. The Arsenal game came on. He saw Granit Xhaka was the captain. He turned off the TV. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. And he's a former Arsenal captain.
Exactly. And Granit Xhaka's been there for the majority of the managers, which is why Arteta's got to take some blame because he's got to take a lot of the blame because he's the one who's picking these players that are constantly letting the regimes down for the last couple of years. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think if he's going to stay, he's going to need to freshen it up. Do you know what I mean? But if he's not going to freshen it up, Arsenal are going to be in trouble. And, I just think it's time to get a new manager in if he's not willing to make them big decisions. You know what I mean? Or you can't get the most out of the players, man. But that's what I reckon. But let's move on from Arsenal. Let us know what you think about Arsenal and their current predicament, and then let me know if you think that Arsenal are or if Arteta's the main man or the right man, if he can try and push him forward and get him out of this. I don't think he can. But you know,
Relegation.
you never know. You never know
I
what.
don't think they'll go down, but you know.
Again,
They're not.
the best
Yeah,
thing. The best thing could happen.
they haven't got the worst players in. They ain't got 3 of the worst squad.
Listen,
Do you know what I mean, in the Premier League,
It can happen to them. It could happen to them. But
anyway.
like I said, the two sides of the coin. I feel like if they go down, I feel like they're bored to jump ship.
You know, if
someone else will try and come in for them.
That would
and
be a
they'll make
plus.
their way up. The only thing bad is obviously the fans, the banter between Tottenham and Arsenal.
Listen, I'll tell you now. If Arsenal went down, but then Kroenke sold the club, a lot of the fans won't be that disappointed. If Arsenal went down and Kroenke sold the club as a result, a lot of the fans, of course, we'll be pissed. We have to deal with the banter. Fine. But if you told me Arsenal went down and Kroenke would sell the club, I'll be like, you know what? I'll deal with the championship for 1 year.
I'm going to give Arsenal fans a bit of hope. Only team in the history of English football never to be relegated. So, you know, but
Never say.
there's always a
Never
first
say
time for
never, you know.
everything. There's always a first time for everything.
That's what I'm saying. You just told them. That's the key. That's the key. They might be going down now because they've never been.
Exactly.
Never been down there.
Yeah, so hopefully it just don't take as long as League to get back up. Do you know what I mean? If that's the case. But listen, let us know your thoughts. Be interesting to know what you think, as always. All right, so